The ambassador, new life begins. Rise again. Hope is calling. Step back in. Rise again.
Wisdom is meant to become alive in us. It does not help to say you have wisdom if that wisdom never moves through your hands, your mouth, your choices, and the way you treat people outside your own house. Wisdom must move through us in a way that makes love visible, practical, and real. It is easy to say we believe in giving. It is harder to give when we do not have much ourselves. It is even harder to give unconditionally, but that is where wisdom starts breathing. Before we continue, let me say this clearly. The ambassador uses artificial intelligence as a production tool. It helps with structure, formatting, and presentation flow. But AI does not replace conviction, lived experience, personal responsibility, or the heart behind the message. The message must still come from a real person, real struggle, and real understanding. So let us return to the lesson of today. Wisdom is meant to become alive in us. That means wisdom must move from something we understand into something we live. Let me give you an example from my own life. At one stage, I did not have much. I had about 100 Rand cash on me and maybe 70 Rand or 80 Rand left in my account. Standing there in the shop, I heard the words, "Sir, can you please help me? I need some baby formula for my baby." For a split second, it cut through my soul. My mind screamed no, but my heart said yes. So I said, "Yes, I will help you, but only if you take a small tin, because that is all I can afford." He agreed and walked away to fetch the formula. After a while, he came back with a big tin of baby formula under his arm and a pack of nappies as well. I told him, "Listen, you did not understand me. I said I could help you with a small tin of formula. I cannot help you with the nappies and the big tin of formula." So we walked back through the aisles. I put the nappies back on the shelf, and then we went to the aisle where the baby formula was. When we got to the formula aisle, what did I see? No small tins in the specific formula he needed. It was only available in a big tin, and the price was 100 Rand. How does that work? Nevertheless, I said, "Okay, it is fine, take it, I will buy it for you." So we proceeded to the checkout. I paid for the tin with the cash, and I paid for the rest of the other items with my card. I gave him the tin and walked out with my stuff. As we walked out, we spoke about the fact that we did not fully trust him. So we went to the vehicle, sat there, and watched from the vehicle into the shop. Then we saw him speaking to one of the ladies inside the shop. After a while, she took the tin of formula back, and she gave him the money. I was not just furious, I was livid. I got out of the vehicle, waited around the corner at the shop, and boy, did I confront him when he stepped around that corner. The expression on his face was a mixture of shock and shame when he saw me. Before he could say a word, I asked him in ice-cold words, "What is your name?" "It's Hein, sir." "Well, Hein, it is people like you who make it impossible for people like me to give to anyone who asks for help." Thinking back, I was screaming at him. I was belittling him for what I saw as his lack of character. I hit him with question after question, without once giving him a chance to explain. Eventually I said, "You know what? Keep the money." Then I turned around and walked away. But as I was walking away, something reprimanded me inside. Call it God, call it conscience, call it whatever you understand. The question came into my heart. Did you really know this man's circumstances? That stopped me, because he had tried to explain that he needed both. He needed the formula, but he also needed the nappies. He was trying to get the money back so that he could go to another shop and maybe buy a smaller tin of formula and a smaller pack of nappies. But I did not listen. I had already judged him. That night, the knowledge of giving became wisdom in me because I was only 10 Rand away from being in Hein's shoes. I was scared because, unlike Hein, I was already over my head in debt, but I understood something that I had not fully understood before. When you give, you must give with a clear heart. You cannot give and then still hold the person ransom. You cannot give and say, "I will help you," but only if you use it exactly the way I say you must use it. If you give, you must give. If you cannot give, then be honest and say, "I cannot give." But when you do give, do not turn the gift into an object of control. Many of us were raised in a way where, when we got money, or when money was given to us, we were told not to buy this or not to buy that. We were told, do this with it or do that with it, conditionally, so we grow up and do the same thing to others, even to our churches. Can you believe it? We give money to the church, and then we tell them what they should use it for. In any case, we give, but we still want to own the decision. That is not wisdom. That is absolute stupidity. Wisdom becomes alive when love moves through the giving. It becomes alive when you help where you can, and if you can, even when it is not easy for you to do so. It is better to give than to receive, but the giving must not become a chain around the other person's neck. A father who speaks gently after years of shouting is wisdom becoming alive. A wife who says, "Let us talk," instead of fighting, or instead of staying quiet, is wisdom becoming alive. A friend who checks in when everyone else moves on is wisdom becoming alive. And a person who gives without trying to control the receiver is also wisdom becoming alive. Wisdom is not alive because I understand it. Wisdom becomes alive when love moves through you and touches the people around you. Sometimes it touches them through your words. Sometimes it touches them through your patience. Sometimes it touches them through a phone call. And sometimes it touches them through 100 Rand that you release without trying to control the soul who receives it. Click the link below and become a subscriber if you want to have more of these wisdom streaks. The ambassador dancing out.
The ambassador, new life begins. Rise again. Hope is calling. Step back in. Rise again.